What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Chopper Style, and bro, Wandavision, episode 4. Let's get into it. Man, it was so good to see the snap at the beginning of this episode. You're seeing everybody come back from it. That's cool. And Geraldine didn't know what the hell was going on. She went right back to where she was at before the snap in her brain, even though she's seen her hands going coming back too, but still she's not into it. She's worried about, hey, what's up with my mom? And come to find out, her mom died 2 years ago, and she has been gone for a total of 3 years from the snap. So just taking all that in is just crazy, and you see everybody coming back and stuff at, a little bit after she did. Like, that was a cool ass scene. It was really cool to see Monica Rambeau's mom was actually the director of Shield, and she was working with Nick Fury and all that, and that's a throwback all the way from the Captain Marvel movie. That is cool. It's crazy how Marvel connects some of things from each movie, and they just seem to put it all together. Like, I like that a lot. And now in this episode, we are seeing the events of the first three episodes happen from Sword's point of view. And Monica Rambeau is at the forefront, and you get to see how she enters the dome and all that. Now, I will say, I don't get how no one else tried that. Like, she was able to just walk in. There was no, I thought there was like some type of way you had to go in it or anything, but I find it very weird that nobody tried to walk in. Like, what? That's crazy, man. Like, the police were just guarding it. Jimmy Woo, he felt energy like didn't want to go in. I just found that kind of weird. Why didn't nobody just walk in? Well, technically, we did have the beekeeper guy go in too. I thought it was cool. Every time they go in, it just changes to Scarlet Witch's point of view. Like, his chain that he was hanging from turned into a kid's jump rope, and his whole outfit changed. Now, I wonder later in episodes, are they just gonna all just go in at the same time? Because I think we've only seen two people try going in, and there's no restrictions on going in. So, I mean, if they all wanted to just go in, they could. So, I don't know what we're gonna see from that, but we seen that the helicopter that Scarlet Witch found was actually a drone that Monica Rambeau flew in there, and they seen a couple other drones flying in there. So I wonder if there's more drones laying around, because we didn't just see one go in there. We seen a couple of them. So I wonder if Scarlet Witch gonna see more of them throughout the world. And we get another throwback. Darcy from the very first Thor movie. She makes a comeback, and she knows all about this. I mean, she's dealing with Thor, who pretty much is intergalactic, going to different dimensions. So dealing with Scarlet Witch's power, she was already hooked up and ready, and she was pretty much able to find out kind of what Scarlet Witch is doing. They're able to see the TV show. So we seen in the first three episodes, someone was watching it, and we find out that it's because of Darcy. Now, why is it a sitcom? We don't know. They don't know yet. It's kind of weird, but they're able to follow what's all going on. And then while they're watching the TV, we seen what happened when things glitched out with Dottie and she broke the glass. Well, when Darcy was watching it, it didn't glitch out. It just kind of like skipped. And, they're like, well, did it happen or didn't it happen? But it's not until they see Monica Rambeau in there. And when she glitched out, they kind of knew something was wrong. Like, hold on. There's no way. Like, something is definitely up. And then that's when they seen her get blasted out the dome. Then, by far, my favorite part of this episode, when they go from the TV and they go to real time and the screen gets all widened out, and you see what actually happens to Monica Rambeau in the actual show. Man, that was crazy. Scarlet Witch was charging up them blasts. I thought she was almost about to kill her, man. That was pretty cool. I don't know how she didn't die, but I think you can tell her powers protected her, because the redness around her body didn't leave until after she hit the ground. So she was definitely not trying to kill her. She protected her until she hit the ground. Now, what I am wondering was, because even Darcy and all them on the outside thought that Monica Rambeau was acting inside of that world. Now, she could have been acting and she could not have been acting, but I definitely think she was controlled. I think it's a high mind control. But when Scarlet Witch was starting to have her babies and all that, maybe the control like wasn't as strong, and that's why she started to come out of it, and she started to ask about Ultron and her brother dying. So I don't know if either she was acting or either the trance wasn't as strong anymore. I think maybe the trance wasn't as strong anymore because you see after she threw her out of the dome, Vision comes in and he looks like how he looked when he got his mind gem completely ripped out by Thanos. I'm like, oh, that was a freaky scene, man. And Scarlet Witch like just maxed him back up, and he's back to normal. So Vision is still dead. Like we see that he is still dead. So what is going on? If she takes him out of the dome, I don't think he's gonna be alive. I think if someone's already dead, she might not be able to bring him back to life. Now the kids I can understand because I mean, I don't know though. Her powers are just so confusing because she can make whatever she wants happen. If she can take her kid, if she can make herself pregnant and take the kids out the dome, then there's no reason why she couldn't be able to make Vision alive and take him out the dome. Or maybe he needs the Mind Stone. Maybe that's why he can't come out because he needs the Mind Stone to work. Maybe I don't know. I'm definitely new to all this. I don't, read heavy in the comics, but that was a crazy way to end the episode. We pretty much see that Scarlet Witch is controlling everything. Even Monica Rambeau said it. But what I think is going on, I think someone is controlling Scarlet Witch. I don't think she is fully doing this. I kind of do think that someone is mind controlling her a little bit. That's my theory. Because even Darcy hinted to it that the village that Scarlet Witch took over, like it's this size now, but pretty much it can take more. Like it can probably take over more of the world. Like the power is growing. So maybe that force field can get bigger and bigger. Maybe someone else is underneath the plan of what's all going on because it doesn't make sense. Does Scarlet Witch just want to live in that village forever? She has an agenda. Either she has an agenda or someone else has an agenda for her. Because things aren't just adding up, but I like that in this episode, we got to see something different than just the TV show. Like we're starting to learn more about it. So that lets you know that this show is about to get crazy towards the end. So we have to wait and see, but I'm really hoping to see a Doctor Strange cameo pop in somewhere later in the series. I'm really hoping to see that because this whole show is leading up to the Doctor Strange 2 movie. But we're going to have to wait and see. This was a very good episode. We got to learn a lot about what's going on the outside. So the next episode, man, I could just imagine. I seen the previews for the next episode. It seems like the whole world is just cracking down, or the whole village is cracking down now. Oh yeah, something I wanted to add. When they were putting up the pictures, in Shield, when they were putting up the pictures of everybody, notice Agnes did not have a license by her, no last name, nothing. She was the only one that wasn't identified. She only had her first name. So we know right then and there, Agnes is something more. She is something more. Maybe she has powers. You can tell she's something special. Everyone else had a nameplate, not her. So we got to wait and see. She's going to reveal herself eventually. Because like I said in the last video, she doesn't act as dumbfounded as everybody else. She even hints at Scarlet Witch, having power. Like she just said, like when she said, you could just make everything happen in a snap. That's hinting towards something. Okay? But this is it for the episode or review. If you liked the review, please give me a like, comment, subscribe. Chop Style out.